nampala wa gavumenti parliament tuva mu lukiiko lwa akabondo ka NRM mu State House era tulina bingi bye tukiriziganyizaako naye banange bano kye basinze okumbuuza yebibuuzo ebikwatagana na okutondako districts empya ne cities empya wamu nezi municipali. Ekisooka waliwo district ezamumakati ezamu gavumenti yomumakati ne mu kitundu ekyetoolodde Kampala Central Region e Buganda nga Wakiso district nene amemba bagamba oba naye twandigisazeemu naye nga mbajjukiza mu 2020 Wakiso district parliament yatondawo site ye Wakiso wamu ne site ya Entebbe. Site kiba okutumbula omutindo gwa municipali nefuuka olubugo lwa waggulu oba ekibuga ekya waggulu nga bw'ova ku kabuga katono okatawuni council odda ku municipali nodda ku site. Site eri mu lugero lwa district ziri wamu zonna zi LC5. So kyetulindiridde kwe kulaba nti ebibuga ebyatandikibwawo ate biteekwa mu nkola ne bitandika okukola emirimu gyabyo. Ekireetedde okulwawo nsimbi z'okuddukanya emirimu gya site n'okukkiriziganya ku ebitundu ebiri mu site eyo kubanga buli site tugiwa divisions 2 eziri ku mutindo gwa municipal. Site division ebeera ku lugero lwa municipal. So ekyo tujja kukikola, president atulagidde okukiteeka mu local government ezijja kutondebwawo ne local government ezijja kutandika emirimu gyagyo nga tuvudde mu kategori esooka eyeezo ezeetaagisa kati okusalibwamu mu kiseera kino kye tulimu. Ezo tugambye zisalibwemu ye district y'e Tororo gye tumanyi ebadde okubagano bungi wakati w'Abateeso n'Abajapadola ne kitwala ebbanga nga kirimu obukyayi bungi. Waliwo ne district ey'e Bundibugyo kusalamu ekitundu kye Buyendera ekiri mu nsozi Rwenzori naye eri obukuubagano wakati w'Abakonzo wamu n'Abamba n'Abanyabwisa bali wansi mu kitundu ekya wansi ekya Bundibugyo. So ekiteeso ekivudde mu cabinet kyenyanjulidde akabondo ka parliament akaba NRM caucus tubadde tuteesa nti Tororo district esalibwemu ebitundu 3 ebyazi district nga ye district ye Mulanda, district ye Mukuju ne district ye Kisoko. Waliwo ababaka b'Etoro abamu bagambye nti nedda si Kisoko tukole Nagongera. President andagidde kubasinkana ku Lwokubiri tusalewo ku nsonga eyo naye tujja kwongerezaako site ye Tororo kiseera kino eri municipal tujambuse waggulu efuuke site ye Tororo ng'erina divisions 2. Kakati eyo Tororo wamu ne Bundibugyo ababaka bakkiriziganyizza wamu nti ezo kusinziira ebibaddewo okuva emabega n'obutategeeragana bw'abantu abo nga bwe bakkiriza nti mutwawule ab'e Buyendera tufune district eyaffe, ab'e Bundibugyo basigere ne district eyaabwe. Kyekimu ne Tororo nga bwe mbirambise ekyo akabondo ka parliament aka NRM kakkiriza tukikole naye ensonga ejja kukolebwa nga tugendera ku mateeka. Etteeka eririwo kati erya local government ligamba nti bwe tuba tuvudde mu kulonda nga kwe twavaamu 2021 gavumenti netandikawo district empya. District eyo nga zino z'engambe y'e Tororo n'ey'e Bundibugyo zirina okutandika ng'emyezi 6 ejjibulayo okutuuka mu kulonda okuddako. Okulonda okuddako if we do that, you're saying smaller districts are not helpful. Where are you carrying out this study? I'm in local government for 30 years. And we have evidence to show that some of these local governments have moved extremely fast compared to those which were there. And they are doing well on service delivery, they are doing well on health, on education. So it's not a question of small districts, it's a question of the level of governance and administration. Are we going to have leaders elected? I hope you heard the resolution very well. To be created subject to the law. And the question should be, what does the law say? We have the Local Government Act, Section 7, I think subsection 13. A district created after an election, after general election, shall take effect 6 months prior to the next election. So a district like now, Tororo, getting Mulanda district, after the last general election, should take effect 6 months prior to the next election of January 2026. That's why we are talking about deeming it to have been created in July. Is that accepted? That's why we say the Electoral Commission will handle that together with the Attorney General. The other law is the Electoral Commission Act, I think Section 21, subsection 2, which provides that when you create a district, I think somebody must have mentioned that, when the electoral processes have already begun, that district will become an electoral district in the subsequent elections. But that does not stop us from creating it. Rachel,
they created the
Luero municipality. And these are cities which were created as still named. And the districts don't have headquarters. You have a point. And if we are going to create municipalities, I know it very well. I have the file. The one which qualifies first is Luero. When you look at the level of development, the level of urbanization, the level of revenue, local revenue of Luero, town council now. Actually, many people, when you go through Luero, you think it's a municipality. The population, the growth of the structures and so on. And I'd like to thank the mayor there. It's called Buembo. It's worship Buembo. We call them worship when they become municipalities, but you know, a big town like that, give him his credit. Yeah. They have done well. So the president has directed that in addition to the new districts, we also include the municipalities which qualify. It's not a question of saying we have, Mr. Minister, we sent you a resolution, we want. No, it's not wanting. We have parameters. And so I want to give comfort to the people of Luero that I have your resolution requesting for a municipality, and it does qualify. We have others, like Liantonde, like Dokoro, like Bundibujo, like my own home, Chamunga, and others, which I know that, yes, on an objective assessment, they do qualify. So they'll be handled under category 2. The cities are still limping. No, they are not limping. I tell you, I look at the money they had as municipalities, vis-a-vis their budgets today, the budgets have grown. I can give you the example. Arua City, as a municipality, its local revenue was, I think, around 1.3 billion. Today, the local revenue of Arua City is close to 10 billion, and as well as the others. So, well, we may not have done what some people expected. It seems some people expect that when you create a city, it should immediately be like Kampala capital city. No, it can't. It will take a little bit of time. And we're happy. I'm happy with the development of the new cities. We had a challenge of getting the districts to have their own homes. These districts which created cities, like Mbarara, Jinja, Poto, Mbale, But as I speak now, Cabinet approved the new town councils because the law requires that the headquarters of a district must be a town. A town meaning either a town council or a municipality. The city is a district, so you cannot have a district within a district. The district must shift its area of jurisdiction. So as I speak now, all the 10 districts, we've already agreed on where they are going to relocate to. And we have already gazetted them as towns. And immediately we did that. We provided 1 billion shillings to each of these districts to construct their new headquarters. And I see them. I see Katine in Soroti, or I think a very big building. I see Busoro in Kavarole, a very big, powerful building. They are doing it. The one which delayed was Masaka. Masaka delayed because we still had a bit of confusion between two venues, Chanamkak and Buunga. But Cabinet approved Chanamkak, and they are going. Now, in that case, the money had already been swept back to the Treasury. We're following it up so that it can be reverted to Masaka so that they construct their headquarters. So the issues you pointed out, for me, they are being handled. Jime, the constitution, the law, I've mentioned it, that when the electoral processes have started, yes, but let's leave that to the electoral commission. Me, I do local government work. I don't do the electoral commission work. And we have the Attorney General, and they'll be advised on now that, nominations have been done and are continuing, what happens to these districts which are created. Is there a need for amendment of the law? Is there a need to collapse some of the structures which had already been set up? That one the Electoral Commission will handle together with the Attorney General. Thank you.